Well, since we're all in quarantine, a big Netflix movie has come out and everyone's talking about it. And so am I. Here we go. Hey guys, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic, and on this channel it's my job to point you in the direction of movies worth checking out. So if that interests you, definitely hit like and subscribe. And today I'm here to tell you if Extraction on Netflix is worth a watch. So Extraction's the newest movie on Netflix starring Chris Hemsworth, and it was made by the same guys who did the Avengers, but it was directed by the stunt coordinator, Sam Hargrave. And you know what? I didn't even know about this movie until everyone started talking about it. It's like, oh, it's a new movie on Netflix, right? And of course, being in quarantine, that's a pretty big deal, right? A new movie, finally. And I saw some trailers and I said, you know what? I'm gonna give it a watch. And it's a very solid movie, but I do have to think, are people raving about this movie just because it's free? Free, with a Netflix subscription. Because I know some people, when people say, hey, would you like to sign up for this credit card? You gotta sign all these papers and everything, but it's free to sign up. And people are willing to do more and be willing to kind of be a lot more forgiving and patient and things like that if it's free. So I was thinking, okay, are people saying this is a great movie just because they're in quarantine, it's a new movie, and it was hey, this is a Chris Hemsworth movie and it's coming right to my house. I don't even need to go to a theater to see it. Well, this is a very solid movie. And for an action movie on Netflix, it was entertaining. And a lot of that has to do with Chris Hemsworth, right? He is a very charming and charismatic actor, and he really elevates this movie. But the main selling point of Extraction, which, by the way, that is a pretty lame title, right? It does sound like a movie going straight to Netflix. But the main selling point is the action sequences. And by God, those are great. There's a lot of hand-to-hand combat choreography. There's a lot of gun battles. There's a lot of car chases. And there's even one section of the movie that's about 11, 12, 13 minutes where it's all one take. It's all simulated to look like one take. And sure, the cuts are obvious, but it's still impressive stuff, and it is entertaining, and it is exhilarating to watch. And it's brutal. It's brutally violent. It doesn't get to those levels of Rambo Last Blood. That is one of the most over-the-top violent movies I've ever seen. But there is some bloodshed. There are some brutal kills in this movie. And it makes it feel a lot more grounded when the kills they feel dirty, they feel raw. And that's about it for the real selling points of the movie and what I really enjoyed, because the story and the characterization is extremely bare bones. The main story of this movie is that there's this kid who's the son of this big gangster in India, but he gets kidnapped by some gangster in Bangladesh, and of course Chris Hemsworth is brought in to rescue him and bring him to the extraction point. That's it. We don't get much characterization about the kid. We don't get much characterization about the villain. We don't get much characterization about his father. We don't really get much characterization about Chris Hemsworth. It is there, but it's not breaking the mold by any means. He has a tragic past with a wife and a son, and he's not brave, and he's always trying to do these things to try to escape himself, right? It's pretty standard stuff. But in the context of the movie, it's simple and it works. But I have to let you guys know that if you guys need, real compelling characters and real emotional drama, you're not really going to get that in this movie. When the movie kind of slows down to, take time for their characters, you just kind of want to go back to the action, right? It's like, I don't really care about these characters because you didn't really give me a chance to. But then again, that's not where this movie really belongs, right? This is a straight to Netflix movie for a stunt coordinator's first time behind the camera. And what's he good at? Well, directing the action. And that is the main reason why you want to watch this movie, right? You have this big bad villain who you don't know really anything about other than he's the villain. But he does some terrible things, right? As soon as you meet him, he does something that's really, really despicable where you're like, that guy's an asshole. I don't like you. You're a prick. I want Chris Hemsworth to succeed. It's cheap, it's simple, but it works for the context of the movie. And I'm honestly thinking, would I say the exact same thing if I didn't see it for free, right? If I had paid, $15 to see it opening night in a theater and go, okay, yeah, sweet, I want to see an action movie with Chris Hemsworth in it. Would I say the same thing? But what I do know is that for 2 hours, sitting at home on Netflix, and I wanted to see a brutal action movie, Extraction delivers. So with that being said, I'm going to give Extraction a 3 out of 5 because I did enjoy it. The parts in this movie that work really do work. And the parts that are kind of lackluster, they're not bad. by any means. There's nothing in this movie where you're just shaking your head, you're going, oh my god, why in the world would they even do this? There's nothing really that terrible in this movie. There's just some parts that got more focus than others. And that's all I have to really say about it. It was an entertaining action movie on Netflix, and it gets a thumbs up from me. So anyways, guys, have you guys seen Extraction? Tell me what you guys thought down in the comment section down below, and what is your favorite action movie on Netflix? Whatever it is, let me know down in the comment section down below. And if you like this video and you want to see more videos just like it, definitely hit like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, everyone.